It's Nyepi Eve. And it's the last day of school before New Year's Eve. They only get 2 or 3 days off. But I'm down at Dunia Bintang School. This is the school in Uluwatu that we've been sponsoring. And I just want to show you the celebration. So the school has created their own Ogo, and an Ogo is like the demon. It's all the negative karma from the previous 12 months. The whole ceremony is all about ridding yourself from the negative and the evil and the bad stuff that happened last year and getting ready to welcome in the new year. And these kids are dressed up beautifully. The parents are looking lovely as well. So this is the school that we've been helping for the last 6 or so months. We've helped with Damien's incredible gift. We've helped to build a brand new classroom. Look what they've done. This is their effigy. This is their Ogo. And they look just wonderful at the moment. All dressed up. They've walked all the way up from the front of the school, or from their school, out to the front of the Uluwatu main road. The attention to detail and the connection with their cultural and spiritual identity is just so important to the Balinese. You know, look, I want to say it, but when you see these little girls done up with incredible makeup and they're looking so beautiful, in some countries they say, oh, you're sexualizing small children or something, but over here it's just everyone's looking their best. This is their preparation for their new year. Now, what's fascinating about Nyepi is tomorrow is the official Nyepi Eve, and a lot of people will go back to their local village where they'll have, I think in this area, Ongasan area, they've got some 14 different desas or 14 different banjars have built their own Ogo. And so they're going to have a huge parade, and then they'll go back to the village or back to the main area, and then finish with the proceedings by about 8 or 9 o'clock tomorrow night. So it's a big thing. And then on Nyepi at 6 a.m. on the 22nd, now this is the fascinating part, you're not allowed out the front door. Wherever you are at 6 a.m. you have to stay there for the next 24 hours. And you're not allowed to have any light coming out of the house. You're not allowed to have any sound coming out of the house. And basically what happens is when they burn these giant statues, and this is a very small one compared to some of the massive ones you see in the village, when they burn those statues, the spirits are released into the atmosphere. So the next morning, when those spirits go looking for a home, the idea is if they don't see anyone, if the village looks abandoned, then the spirits don't stay where they are, and they have prayers and they have little offerings and they have a whole heap of ceremonial icons to try to ward off, and prayers to try to ward off the spirits from hanging around and the bad karma from last year. So if you're staying in Bali during Nyepi, it means you're stuck inside the hotel that you're staying at. It means these days they allow you to move around inside the grounds of the hotel generally, but you're certainly not allowed outside on the road. The roads will look completely abandoned. There'll be absolutely nobody except police and ambulance allowed on the streets. And if they hear noise, if the local Banjar police, if the village police hear any noise or see any light, they'll come and knock on your door, and you're in a lot of trouble. They'll tell you to turn the lights off. They'll disconnect the power. They'll make sure, because this is a very, very big part of their whole spiritual and cultural tradition. So can you imagine that? Just imagine going to a hotel and being locked in your room, or being locked inside the house that you're in. I thought, well, this would be great. I'll be able to go up to the house we're renovating and do some painting. Well, I'm not allowed outside at all, not even inside my own front yard. So, and then I have to sleep there for the whole 24 hours. And Fee said, we don't have a bed there. You know what? I want to spend Nyepi asleep and catching up. So look, in previous years they'd actually turned the internet off. This year, these times, as long as it can't be heard outside of the building, I believe they're going to have internet available for things like Netflix to keep the kids busy and stuff. But imagine trying to keep your children dead silent for 24 hours. And look, the same goes, you're not allowed, no smoke, no, you can't show any signs to the gods outside or to the spirits that there's anyone in the village. So you're not allowed, if you're cooking, you can't make any smoke or anything like that. You've got to be really, yeah, it blows me away. And I'm going to be here, and I'd love to be able to show you what it's like. I'm going to ask if it's possible to put a drone up and just very carefully and discreetly just fly it up over the village. It'll look like some apocalyptic video, but it just blows me away how much their culture means to them, and how incredibly important, and how much effort they. For weeks and weeks, I've been driving past the Banjar offices and seeing these giant ogors being made, and I can't tell you how amazing they are. The detail is phenomenal. They've got hairs on their chin, and they've got textured skin, and it's just incredible effort that they've made to, and every Banjar sort of competes against the other for the rights to say theirs was better than someone else's. But here's the girls doing their dance and the kids doing their dancing now. Look. people ask me how's life over here. I tell you what, it's pretty warm at the moment. Everyone's sweating. These poor little kids with all their makeup and everything on are sweating. And like here's me in a traditional garb as well. I've got my udon and my ramen. Look, it's lovely. It's just amazing. I'm just so enjoying this completely different culture. A culture where respect and karma makes all the difference in the world. All parents. So someone asked me where we are. Look, this is the main road up from Jimbaran up towards Uluwatu, and if you ever come past this big building or you see this giant big statue, the Geweka or the GWK statue, you're able to see this from all over a lot of Bali, certainly from all over the Denpasar and Kuta and Seminyak areas, and inside the grounds of that statue and that cultural park is the Dunia Bintang school that we've been sponsoring, and so they've invited me down to watch the kids doing their preparation and their dances for their New Year's Eve celebration, or for Nyepi. We've got some tourists that pull over as well to check it all out. So just to let you know, these kids are between 4 and 6 years old generally, and they're already doing all their cultural sort of finger dancey stuff, and yes, the boys doing their ketchup dance, I think it is. I see the Monkey King there somewhere. He's a very, very important cultural icon. And this is their simulation of a warrior dance and good versus evil. Now Damien, if you're watching this, we made a few jokes about you this morning. I said, oh look, you brought Damien over just for this, but it's Ogo. It's not quite life-size, Damien. It's lost a few pounds. So the boys are all getting ready to pick up the Ogo. One thing I found fascinating when it comes to their spiritual sort of traditions and cultures, I went to a funeral where the Ogo and the effigy, or the body, when they got to an intersection, they turned it round and around. They did a whole little dance. They didn't take it on a direct path to its final resting place, because the idea of spinning around at an intersection sort of is to try to confuse the spirit so it can't come back and find its way back to Earth or get stuck here. And it's quite fascinating. Look, there are so many things about their culture that I don't understand, but I'm trying to pick it up and understand and respect it as much as it is, because I tell you what, these guys give their religion and their culture so much respect. It's the most important thing that they've got, and it's the one thing that keeps Bali sacred compared to every other place I've ever been to in the world. There's lots of places with strong religion, but there we go. There we go. Turn him around. Hello. Very nice. Okay. Mr. Damien's going to be watching this.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Damien. So we're turning him around. So they make them strong enough to survive that and not too bad. Hey, I want to make one other quick non-political comment. I haven't seen any businesses that are local. In fact, I don't even think any of the Western, this Aussie-owned businesses are really doing it either. But the Nyepi Festival, their New Year's Eve, isn't commercialised. It's not all about come to us for Nyepi specials. It's not like Black Friday or any all these sorts of things. Every time we have a celebration in the West, it seems like how much money can we make it? How much of a special can we put on this to try to capitalise on what's going on? These people are doing it because it's part of their culture, because they believe in it, and that's what just makes it so clear and pure, clean and meaningful. So here they walk up, singing, dancing. Hey, listen, I'll see where we go from here. It's quite a walk, and I'm sure you don't want to sit there just watching kids walk up the street. I'm just having a ball though, but I will log straight back on if we get to another place and there's something going on. So if you want to hang around, just keep an eye on the feed. I hope you've enjoyed having just a little look at what's happening over in this side of the world. I'll tell you what, it's a lovely day to be here. Beautiful sky, lovely morning, and the kids are just amazing, all dressed up and looking fancy. So I'll keep going. Thanks for coming along, guys, and watch out for more. It'll be coming up shortly.